show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Burner Account. I am your host, Big Joe, and with me, my co-host, Mr. Julio Dadon. Say what's up, Julio?
What's good, everybody?
Thank you. Thank you.
Hold the applause. Hold the applause.
Thank you. All right. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. We got a hell of a little show set up for you guys. It should be pretty interesting. We had some crazy Cowboy news today. We had the Brian Schottenheimer press conference with Jerry Jones crying like a little girl, and Steven doing a whole lot of these air quote thingies. I don't know what that was about. We had Schottenheimer also getting a little emotional. He did let us know that the Schottenheimers are criers, and I'm okay with that. I'm all right. And we also have Brandon Aubrey dropping some pretty heavy news in regards to former special teams coach John Fossil and some potential plans he might have in the works. So let's get into it. Our first topic, we'll get into news of the day. Brian Schottenheimer is formally introduced as the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
Yep.
They mentioned to Jerry Jones that this would be the 7th head coach he's hired under his tenure as owner here with the Dallas Cowboys. And they basically asked him, first question right out of the gate, why'd you hire Brian Schottenheimer? And his response was less than overwhelming. He kind of rambled on a lot about nothing. And ultimately, what we got was just an old man giving you the runaround, the rigmarole, but never asking the question, why did you bring in Brian Schottenheimer? Jerry did also mention, he does get his proverbial ass handed to him.
Yes.
Because everybody thinks that he operates only within his comfort zone and that he needs to have people that are around him in his comfort zone to make himself feel better. And he says, this is a big risk. This is probably the biggest risk I've ever taken with a head coach, a guy with no experience. Yep. I didn't know how to take that, man. I mean, I understood where he was coming from, but it was also like a kick in the balls if you're Brian Schottenheimer, to hear the owner of the franchise say, hey, man, this is the biggest risk ever to take a bum like this guy over here. It's like, come on, man. But I know where Jerry was coming from. He didn't mean it in any malicious way. But it was interesting to hear Schottenheimer speak and just kind of convey his plans, his vision for this team. And I don't know if maybe it's just coach speak and we're looking for any kind of silver lining in the clouds, that it kind of, I felt a little bit better about the hire after listening to him speak and listening to the words that he said about his players, especially Dak, and how close he is with Dak and how he plans to just kind of make him better. And he said they push each other's buttons, things like that. They know how to push each other's buttons. But, Jerry and Steven, I don't think did Brian Schottenheimer any real favors. I think it kind of went off the rails after a while. But we'll kind of get into the meat and potatoes of it. Julio, what did you think, man? I know you said you kind of caught some snippets of the press conference. What were your takeaways? What did you walk away from that press conference thinking after you heard it?
Similar to you, after listening to Brian Schottenheimer speak on his ideals and what he thinks about or how he foresees the future for this franchise to be moving in the direction that they're going to be moving. Again, kind of like you, I left thinking maybe there is something that he can do. he already has a relationship with a lot of the players. A lot of the players showed up for his press conference in support of the hire as well. So take that into note. You know, you can tell that he's already built a good rapport with a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
players there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, the fact that he kind of commended Dak for all the hard work that he puts in, not only on the field but outside the field in the film room. That he's in there really late, um, just trying to make himself better. And I think that honestly, after listening to him speak, it made me have a good feeling about going into next year. Not like a overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, this is going to change and we're going to be a completely different team. It's going to be a complete 360, but more to the
180.
effect of,
180.
yeah,
It won a 360.
oh, 180. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Um, or more to the effect of, you know, that he is taking the players into consideration when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
that. So
He definitely came across as a player's coach and a guy
yeah,
about the players for sure. And
yeah,
he did say that, Julio. That's a good point. He
mhm,
did say, uh, I'm okay with the X's and O's, but I'm really good with people.
yeah. And the other thing that I got from that presser is, again, kind of what you said to Jerry's comments. It was like listening to somebody just ramble on and on about things that didn't even have anything to do with the whole hiring of Brian Schottenheimer. And to kind of sit there and kind of not so much ridicule, but pretty much do that to the guy that you just hired as the head coach of your team, sitting right next to you in this presser. It's like, it almost felt to me like he was downplaying everything that he was saying.
I still don't
And
think Jerry wanted Brian Schottenheimer, bro. I really do think this was a Stephen Jones hire. And I think some
that could
of
be
that
possible.
may have come out in this presser. Like
Yeah.
it felt like he cut the legs out from under Schottenheimer at times.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was, like I said, maliciously meant. I just think like when you don't know what to say about somebody when it's not necessarily your favorite hire, it's not
Yeah.
your guy. You're just like, I'm gonna toe the company line and try
Mhm.
to sell this hopium, as we like to say. We need to put that
Yep.
on the shirt, bro. We need to put that
Hopium.
hopium. Yeah.
Dealing hopium.
Oh, hope dealing ass Jerry. But I do think that that's why it came across like that, Julio. I think you
Yeah.
nailed it. Is it may not be his guy. I don't think he sold on it, but I think they're doing their best to sell us on it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we all know the game, right? We all know how Jerry plays his little deals and runs his little games and says all the right things to make everything look so great when everybody in the background looking at it from a wider perspective is like, what the fuck are they doing here?
What are they
What
talking
in the
about?
what the hell are they actually talking about?
Right.
Or do they not see what they just finished doing last season? Do they not see that they haven't made any improvements anywhere? Because people are going to pick us apart. Let's just call a spade a spade. People are going to pick us apart. Anytime somebody looks at the team, they're going to be like, "You were 7-10 last year. Your defense started progressively getting better towards the end of the year. Your offense went nowhere. You still haven't established a run game. You don't have any help for CD. People are going to pick us apart." And that's, I think, what Brian is up against. And we'll see, man. There's a lot of offseason left. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to go into the offseason. We're going to go into the draft. So, I mean, there's things that we still need to see happen in order for us to, as fans, as football people that love this game, that you can see, okay, now they're picking up pieces to help us move in the right direction. And I don't know, man. Maybe Brian Schottenheimer is that guy. Maybe he's not.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be able to tell until next season, until after he spends some time with all the guys that are there, putting in the work every single day, and trying to see what kind of other coaches come in to kind of support that. So, I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. I don't really have any real oh my God, this is going to be franchise changing. Our season is going to be 17-0 next year type feelings right now. It's been
No,
more. I'm still on that. I don't know if this was good. I don't know if this is bad at this point. Before this conference, I'll be honest with you. I honestly thought, what the hell are we doing? This is a bad move. I'm pretty sure, like everybody else thought, why the hell did we pick up Brian Schottenheimer when there are so many other coaches that we could have gone to go get? But after listening to that press conference, yeah, man, I think that I have better feelings about the hire now at this point.
wow. Um, to me, it was interesting to hear some of the things that they mentioned. I will tell you this: I heard this from Bobby Belt this morning on 105 through the fan, where he was saying Jerry's got a history of when a new coach comes in, they spend more in free agency and stuff like that than they
Yeah,
normally do. So that was kind of exciting to me. I do think listening to the press conference, hearing Stephen Jones talk about free agency and the draft and trying to get better and how they hear that they need to be more active and Jerry really showed today that he's got rabbit ears. His rabbit ears are up because he basically laid out everything that we've been complaining about for the past who knows how long about how we're not making it to an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl, how we're super conservative with the money when it comes to the salary cap and stuff like that.
yep,
Again, they try to spin the salary cap narrative of, well, we can't do what other teams do because every team's different and sooner or later they're gonna have to pay for it. I don't give a damn. I want to win
yep,
now. I'd rather win sooner and worry about later.
yeah,
They talked about, just trying to get better in other avenues, trying to compete with other guys within the conference, within the division, and seeing how they operate. So that kind of gave me some excitement, thinking, well, maybe, I mean, what the hell is the worst that could happen? Maybe the Jones boys are like, we're gonna throw everything we have at it just to prove a point that even though we did pick up Schottenheimer, we're gonna give them every excuse to win. That way, we
yeah.
look like the geniuses in the long run. I don't know. I don't know what they want to do. And you
So
can't.
what you're saying is you're expecting some bold moves in the offseason for the draft and
I'm not
for any
expect.
offseason pickup.
I mean, I'll be 100 with you, bro. I'm not expecting anything. I'll believe it when I see it. That's my mantra going into this year. I'll
Yep,
believe it when I see it.
facts.
You want to convince me? Show me.
Yeah,
If I see it, then hey, kudos. You proved me wrong.
we'll
Prove me
all be
wrong.
eating crow. Yeah, we'll all be eating
I'll
crow at that
gladly
point.
eat some humble pie if it means the
Yep,
Cowboys are legitimately all in, as Stephen Jones would
mm-hmm.
say. But yeah, man, I was very impressed with how articulate he was when he spoke, Brian Schottenheimer. I was extremely impressed with the rapport that he has with the players. He's very thoughtful, mindful of his answers, and he's got something to prove. Being the son of Marty Schottenheimer,
Yep.
he's got a lot to prove. He's living in a big shadow, man. Marty Schottenheimer wasn't no scrub.
No, he was not.
You know what I'm saying? That's a legendary head coach, and I think Brian's following behind him, and he wants to make his impression. They asked him, "What do you want to be remembered for?" I'm like, "Damn, fool! Like this is his first real day on the job. And y'all already talking about when you leave, what do you want to be remembered for?" And he said, "I want to be remembered for winning titles."
Yep.
I'm not mad at that. Being successful, I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
So he said all the right things. Actions speak louder than words to me. I'll believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the press conference goes, I'll give Brian Schottenheimer a B. I'll give Jerry a D. And Steven gets a fat ass F from me because, oh my gosh, bro. Like, just
He's following in his old man's footsteps, bro.
yeah,
He's just gonna be mumbling
Jerry
and
Jones telling Dak to choke
yeah.
the shit out of some reporter in the back. I'm like, God, bro, just be professional. Damn, bro.
Well,
But it wouldn't be any other way. We're the Dallas
no.
Cowboys, dog. We love to make headlines. So I'm still not changing my perspective on this team. I'm still going into next year with a very, very doubtful mindset, and hopefully I'm proven wrong.